Good afternoon. My name is Kirill Ermakov. I am a data engineer at Navixy, and today we're going to go over Dashboard Studio and how to work with it. To start, let's do a quick overview of the pre-installed dashboards that will be available to you right after you enable Dashboard Studio in your personal account. So the first pre-installed dashboard is the Vehicle Mileage Dashboard. In it, we see group data for all devices, specifically their working hours, during work hours, outside of work hours, and on weekends. We can also see a more detailed breakdown, not just for all time, but also their activity by day. We can also view breakdowns by department and get more detailed information for each device. If needed, this dashboard, like any other, can be customized to your needs. We'll look at how to do that next. The next report is the leasing dashboard. It was specifically developed and implemented to continuously track and monitor safe driving habits and other critical device data that directly influence and impact safety and longevity. As we can clearly see here, the first chart shows us exactly how many vehicles require a technical inspection in the coming weeks and months ahead, or also how soon individual drivers will need to renew their documentation. Their driver's licenses. Looking at the visual representation provided below, we can observe a detailed chart that shows us day by day exactly how safely the drivers have been performing, operated their vehicles, and whether there were any issues with that, and exactly how absolutely critical or just significant in nature those specific instances of noncompliance actually were. The next report is object status of the Dart. Here, we can see the statuses almost in real time, showing us the current status of each device. We see the overall numbers, meaning how many vehicles the company has in total, and how many of them are in each status, such as moving, stopped, or parked. We can also track the signal status, meaning how many devices are currently transmitting information directly to the platform, how many have transmitted recently, or how many haven't sent data in a long time. Below, we have another type of visualization and a more detailed table that contains all the information about the device, its geolocation, current position, address, and so on. Now, let's move on to creating your own dashboard. To do this, we'll go to the Tools button, click on Tools, and select New Section. Here, we'll choose, and enter the name of the new section. Next, to create a new account, we click New Report. We'll also give it a name, for example, Dashboard, and then we'll go Enjoy. The first thing we see is Get Started. This means we can start either from scratch or load a preset template. I suggest we load a preset template now. We select the JSON file that we exported earlier, click Open, and we get exactly the same dashboard as before. In order to, after configuring, to export this comprehensive dashboard, for example, if you want to share it with your professional colleagues, we first click the Enter Edit Mode button located on the right side, then switch over to the Edit Mode, and then finally click on the button labeled Full Schema. There, we see the structure of the JSON itself, which contains all the settings for this dashboard, and we click Export. Now, let us try to dive much deeper into the various analytical charts that are being presented right here for our review. We also click Edit Mode, select one of the charts, for example, the very first one, and we see a window consisting of three tabs. The first tab is where we can add a title and description. The panel type, right now it's set to KPI, which means big number. Next is the SQL Query tab, which contains the actual query to our database, and Visualization. Specifically for this type of chart, there are no visualization settings available. Let's click Save. Let's try to go ahead and create our own brand new chart. In order to accomplish this task, we will navigate and scroll further down the page and click on the New Panel button. And we'll choose one of the charts, for example, a bar chart. Click Add Panel. We can see that it has already been added to our panel. And let's click Edit. Here, we'll choose a name, for example, Chart. We see that we've selected the chart type we need. And let's go to SQL Cloud. Here, we can write any SQL query we need or find convenient. Query. I will proceed to paste in a previously prepared one. Next, what do we need to do? We need to click Test Query, make sure that this SQL works, and see the result below as a table with 3 columns. For some charts, there are certain requirements that need to be met for the visualization to work. For example, for a bar chart, as we can see here, you need no more than 3 columns: category, value, and so on, and a data series for grouping. If these conditions are met, we'll see the result. Let's click Save, and we'll see that the chart worked. Now let's edit it visually. Wait, you will carefully drag it by the bottom right corner and adjust its size accordingly. As we can see, the size is set. Now, just like with the chart above, we can customize its design. Let's also click Edit and go to the third tab, Visualization Setting. There are various settings here, but to keep it simple, let's just edit the color. Instead of Classic, let's choose the last option, Vibrant, and click Save. We can see how the color is changed. Once you have successfully finished adjusting all of the various settings, we can also simply click on the Full Scheme button and then choose to export, if it is needed or if it is absolutely necessary, and even if it is not, then after finishing everything, we just need to click this Exit Edit Mode button right here, and our entire dashboard will be securely saved for future use. In this state. That's it. If you have any additional questions, you can write to our team. All the links will be provided below the video. Goodbye.